And we are streaming. Hello everybody, Tiles of Confusion once again. And I don't normally start with a Sanma game, but we actually have 3 people already online. And actually I have something more interesting that perhaps we should go over. And that is the annual report thing that Soul has added. So it's basically an analysis of my last year's playing on Soul. Which, yeah, it's been a year. In this year, I have discarded 90,041 tiles, played 179 games, and won 418 times. Hey-oh, indeed. We're in Expert 2, almost out of the beginner zone. I think we're going to be stuck in Expert 2 for a while because I just don't play enough. I like to play late night. Indeed, this is late night Mahjong. October 5th was apparently my special day before my birthday, and I played 13 games. Also, hi, Worm. How are we doing? If we get people queued up quickly, I'll just go off of this and review the rest of this later. So my highest win of the year was a, presumably Byman. Could easily have been a dealer handman, I guess. And I've dealt into about the same value hand. And I'm apparently super brave. Which, yeah, is a thing. Free play Mahjong. Have I done to Yakimans? I'm not sure. Yes, it is my own birthday! Hurrah! Right, we should celebrate. Who else's own birthday is it today? Alright, we have Larry and Kung Pao in the thing. I'm just going to queue up myself while I wait. If we get a 4th, I will interrupt this. Of course, I've dealt into about the same value hand. So at least I'm consistent. I haven't dealt into any monsters. I've made a comeback 82 times and ended in first place 17 times. Favorite game? I think we may have to review that one in a bit. May have to review that, but I'll review that later. We are the king of the last stand. Follow-up reach ratio of 8.3, which about makes sense. I like the pursuit reach. Haite once. After a gun 5 times. Okay. Demonic and cruel. Okay, fair enough. Hi there, we're just going through this while I wait for a 4th person to turn up. I have maxed out one of the characters of the 8 I currently have, because I do have a lot of characters. I get really lucky with all of my random summonings. Kind of the player we have completed, and of course, we don't like Kanya. And yeah, I play with a player called Kyril a lot, and I've played with him more times than anybody else. Despite the fact he barely turns up to these things anymore. Yeah, no worries. I mean, this is the start of the stream, so we're going to be streaming for about the next 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, depending on how this goes. So, absolutely feel free. Me and Kara get along really well, apparently. Well, that was the report. Still waiting on one more to join before we can begin. Otherwise, I will probably see about setting up a game of Sanma. Currently, we have Kung Pao Debbie. Hi, Debbie. The Warlock, and myself in. Well, it was only came up because I only just noticed it. Apparently, it's been there for a little while, but yeah. Kyril, however, has not played the most games with me. He's played more games on Soul. Kita basically is a exception. So, in order to make free player work, there are a set number of rules. 1, you can't call sequences, is the first rule. Secondly, most of the Manzi tiles are taken out. This means that also in a free player game, you only have 3 winds, which is east, south, and west. Normally, the north wind is kind of redundant. Instead of taking those out, though, oh, we have 4 players. All right, let's go. Random seated and start. So what tends to happen is, I'll probably explain this when you've unmuted. And also, why am I suddenly massively out of focus? Let's try that again. Figure video a bit. Thank you. Well, I can't work it out in a short amount of time. I'm just going to live with it, but deactivate, activate. Have I just smudged it? That's the other question, I suppose. Not the easiest way to tell, but No, it just seems wildly out of focus for some reason. Alright. Alright, let's not concentrate on the camera though, let's concentrate on the game. Alright, North Start. So that's not too bad. Larry though has double ton off the start, which is about what you'd want to do for this. Alright, let's throw some dragons, because we're going to have problems with them if we don't. Right, reset the camera, we'll see how that is. It still seems a little off. This is the camera we also had problems with when we were playing Crokinole and some other things. We were playing free player. Also, Debbie appears to have gone completely okay for a bit. Nope, she's just taking a long time on that discard. Alright. Good day, Starfall. How are we doing? You missed the report where I am demonic, where it said I was demonic and cruel. Also super brave, which, you know. Just because I like the pursuit reach. Also, YouTube has told me that I'm streaming. Perfect. Alright, double call from Larry. Possible... It's probably a double ton only, dealer Renshan, based on his discard set, but... Could be Chanter, as an outside possibility. Hello, Owen. How are we doing? I'm going to take that for the moment. We'd have a close 7 if we kept the 9-8 anyway. This is a bit of a better shape for us. Also, potentially gives us the 6-7-8 Sanchku. No, absolutely, and I've got people turning up, which is bizarre. Okay, so Sanchku is looking on. If I can draw the 8, we have Sanchku, Tenpai waiting on the Forso. Forso would be fine as well. That gives us, not Pin 2 unfortunately, but it gives us Reach Sanchku anyway. I could go for Reach Sanchku Peiko, which might be greed, but it's also helps the Swords Pin. Well, no, it doesn't have the Sword Pin 2. If we get a chance to call the 8-man, though, we're doing it. Again, might be greed, but we are also trying to dodge a double dealer call, so... This also means making the 5 pass is going to be awkward. I mean, yeah, we can always play our whites. Well, we've already played 1 anyway, so we've got a good shot at just having these as safety if we decide we need to bail. For the moment, though, I'm just hoping somebody frees up this 5 for us so we can go for the high value. Shah, live tile. You shouldn't want it, but I'm not going to take that risk this early in the game. And we can still kind of work our way towards possibly even Tanya Sanchku. Alright, that kills our Sanchku off. And not Tanya, but we know we can play the 9. We're playing 4s for the moment. We got a 9 for later. Might as well play 4 while we know it's more likely to be safe against everybody else. And also, Wareham has also cleared the Shahs for us. Might even possibly be because he's got them. Okay, he's not directly playing safe then. Or he just had that 4 anyway and decided to half go for it. Okay, Sanshku is back on. We need a 5-so or a 6-dot or a 9-dot to get that. That being said, if we get the... If we're on that side of the weight, we are for a 10. If we can make the 6 pass, but that seems extremely unlikely, we'll play the safety. 7 safe against Larry. That's one plus point about this, I suppose. We know what all the 7s are, so using that we can determine the 8s are going to be safe. We're the only player to have played a Northwind. It's Debbie's. I think we play an 8 here. Keeps us Sanchku. We can play the other 8 for safety if we need to. 5-so here would be a great draw. For a 10 North 7. If we're just going to be in for a 10 anyway, I'm actually just going to take the more safe line here and just play the 8.
No.
There. Is it 5-8? It was 5-8. Alright, I can take dealing into a Tanyo in early dates. That was more a stay in 10 pipe rate anyway. The Norths we could have played, I guess, but I'm not gonna be too bad with that. And also, it was last draw, so I wasn't expecting to win that, even if I had played for the Sanshku. But I'd have dealt in either way. I mean, I put myself in for a 10 far too often. More for a 10 trapping myself, in all honesty, just with tank construction and tile efficiency problems, but, you know, sometimes it's unavoidable. And sometimes the for a 10 weight is just the best. Oh, the best you can do here. That's not a bad draw. Maybe up. Hold the dragon a turn longer, just see if we can get the pair. If not, we'll get it next turn. And most likely... We always have the option of cutting the 9 if we want to. But again, that's potential for a 10 trapping ourselves later down the line. 7's not useful, but we need to get rid of the red now it's safe. So not a lot of value behind this one, but... that was it. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have enough dice for that. I've only really got onto the event in the last 2 Fridays, and I haven't played in the week because I've been massively busy at work, so... I think unlike the normal prize things that Soul have, you can't really do a catch-up. You can catch up on a bingo board because they just unlock after a certain number of days. With its set number of dice per day, it's not possible for me to get there, I don't think. Not in, what was it, 8 days left? Seems unlikely. Doesn't really help us. If this was 998, then I'd keep that and potential Sanshku again, but... The important thing is, it's still a close game at this stage. It's East 2. Nobody's really gained anything. That's annoying. Could have had the Sanshku, I guess. Alas, each of those were discarded when they were singles for the most part, so...
Riichi.
Alright, we're in with the Riichi. I think we're just going to play our 9-8 because we'd normally want to get rid of that anyway, and then we'll see about folding after 2 more turns. Thankfully, we also know the 2-dot safe, which is a really dodgy discard based on that pattern. 2-5 dot weight would be my guesstimate if he's not in the Sozu. But since we know that's safe, we'll play that first. Yes, indeed, Sozu. Alright, we got the one pair we can play for safety, and we already were kind of discussing cutting the 9 for this anyway. It's going to kind of backwards engineer this. If I go and draw the 5, cut the 1s, I can potentially still hit pin through with this. And even if I don't, the 4's actually playable against Wareham, so we've got safe tiles to keep going on the half attack for the moment. Last West. Hello Ayumi, how are we doing? Fair enough, how are we not doing? Evening Kyrol, how are we doing? South was played, it is Dora. Alright, Larry on the attack, so we've got to be aware of that as well going here. I'm going to do anything with the 3, we are going to play the 4 for safety. Oh no, this is just the Riichi music. Warren's paid for this privilege, therefore we have to listen to it. Hatsu, last one. What are we discarding for a last tile though? Definitely hasn't played anything useful, and I can normally count on her doing that for me. I suppose I've got 6 man if it comes to it. Actually, drawing the last North's fine. Oh, that's fine. I mean, no worries. Alright, Wareham takes for no 10 draw. Yeah, I mean, you started with about 7 people turning up. I only just briefly went through my annual report just for random reviews and lols. So I'm demonic and cruel is the full report, sir. And I also kept the log of their favourite game, so I've got that tabbed in case we get some time. Alright, so sitting south with North Door in hand. East to Stout. Yeah, I mean, I've got things as well. All the random effects of whatever when I reach, I've, you know, gotten through playing and unlocks. Well, I'm also extremely consistent. I only deal into 24,000 point hands, and I only accept 24,000 point hands as my limit. If we have enough people for a second, I'm actually more than happy to set that off. We have 2 currently waiting. Draconis is also around. He hasn't said hi. We'll have to punish him for that later. But if Mono and Kyra want to get into game 2, then I'm happy to start that off. Alright, same value, so we'll just go on, cut on that side. Or Starfall. It's going to be a race as to who gets there first, and I am just going to go first because I'm first serve for that second game. So, Prospero's in. Oh, one person's actually cut out. There we go. Hello, Draconis. There we go. That's all I asked for. I mean, my Mahjong record is weird because, honestly, it's weird. It shouldn't be this good because it doesn't feel as if it is this good, but, yeah. The line! It's ridiculous. Alright, so Mono's here, Gaiten's here, Draconis is here. Alright, second game is beginning. Enjoy. We will observe second game as it comes off. Which means I'm probably going to go off and do some analysis and analyse my favourite game alongside that while we wait for that game to finish off and we can actually do a reshuffling of the players. Hello Glazzy, how are we doing? We actually have a lot of people on tonight. We have 2 full games running for the first time in at least a year and a half. It feels like, maybe longer. This hand, by the way, has been terrible. Yeah, well, honest is nice. I've been in 10 by Yakima, and I'm fairly certain I hit one, but apparently it must have been in one of these games that it wasn't counting for the report. So I think it mainly be counting the ranked matches. Also, I can play the North. I've been able to play the North for a while, so... Alright, Larry has a double call. Lobby ID should be in the description. If not, I will provide it in a moment. 100. Lobby ID is that. I mean, if we get to a third, we're back to the prime of this this downstream. Do I want to half? All right, we're going to go 7 pairs each chanting. I don't like the weight, but all right. So Rise is the 9th player currently in. Starfall's the 10th player currently in. Yeah, I noticed that this morning. I was a bit... yeah. Alright, I'm going to play 4. We see 2 of those, so it's less likely that's going to pay off. I think it just... when they did the last update, it just basically wiped everything, so that's just a case of putting it back in. So yeah, we are very close to having 3 consecutive games on top right now. This would definitely be a first in Tiles of Confusionness if we have 3 consecutive games going on at the same time. I mean, I imagine everybody who can is currently in, but this is kind of bizarre that we have 11. We have 3 games of Tiles of Confusion going on. This is the new heyday. This is the new time immemorial. Unfortunately, this means our viewership rating is going to go plummeting to the ground because nobody's going to be watching this. Game 3 has begun! Yeah, no, absolutely. This is what I mean. Now I have no viewers, I have no commentary going on in the chat, and most of the commentary is going to be about other games. This is kind of bizarre. I'm going to play that. Well, you can. It just depends. Most of the time, people have found that me commentating on a match while they are in a match tends to be somewhat confusing. Also, this is kind of... I've not been concentrating too hard on this. I've been trying to just enchant 10 for 7 pairs for so long. But I'm going to actually risk one of these in a moment. Oh, it's not going to be that one. Fury White Dragon can still be done. But I think that's our safety valve for this turn anyway.
Riichi.
I shoot Reach. I mean, I don't see how this is going to pay off to be in the slightest, but we got to do it. It's got to be done. There's too much fun in attacking this dealer turn here. Oh, have I just done him with that? Or is somebody going to call it? It's a long delay, so I think this is Debbie. Nope, it is Larry. 7 man, come on. 6 man, darn it.
No.
Darn it, you couldn't have been one off. Oh, I actually had a better hand than that as well. Oh well, Worm takes more points. I go into 3rd. We have a 13th player currently in, Lazzy. I think we're stretching it to get another game going, but if there are people around, join us. The tournament has suddenly taken off. I don't know what the 1st of May is to people. Apparently it's the day to play Mahjong. Honestly, I'm super chuffed to bits. This is just a ridiculous turn of events. But I may have to update my table because I'm not sure I've got enough slots for that at the moment. Alright. We have a strong hand here, but it has some slight issues unless I can get a red early, and if I can't, then I'm probably going to have to play mine. This is what I mean. A lot happens in the game that I will talk about, and it will just somewhat distract you from your own games. Honestly, I don't feel bad about it. If you want to mute and just go into text chat about all the impossibilities that are happening, tell me if there's a Yakkerman. Absolutely. If there's a Yakkerman, I must be told, because we must witness that regardless of anything else. But yeah, I won't take offense if you want to mute and just concentrate on your own fames. Ultimately, stakes have never been lower. That trophy is still there, but I mean, I might conceivably know of more people who could turn up, but I think it's a bit of a stretch for anyone else to turn up at this point. Kriev. If we could summon the spirit of Kriev, he could come back. He was the terror of the Mahjong table. We could get Viking back as well. We could get Mordecai. He could come back for things. That's game 4, actually. The 4th consecutive game, anyway, if that one starts up. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Okay. As for what we're doing, I might be cutting... I think we cut these. I want to try and give us a maximum possible chance of turning this into an easy Yaku'd hand. Pinfu, most likely. Alright, Debbie calls dragon. Punish him. He bluffs. But not always. Yeah, ultimately, Pursuit Riichi general, do you have a better hand than whatever else, or do you think there's any benefit to not doing it? But if you're not going to play safe and you really have no other options, Pursuit Riichi is generally an okay plan, if only because... Well, you're giving up 1,000 points, but I want to San Malik. I mean, we'd still be one person spare at that point, but yeah. Also, I am stuck in Yishanten hell. Actually, not even Shantenham. Ryan Shanten hell. That, though, is better. That actually puts us Shanten. So one of those, one of those. No, that wouldn't do it. Yeah, Reach, Pinfu, Door 2. A big battle going on in the Draconis Mono Prospero table then. So it's 4-7, which is the worst waiting patterns generally speaking, but... Ooh, draw against the Reach is dodgy. Alright, last draw. Come on, 4-7. Sumo! There we go. Reach, Sumo, Pinfu, Door 2. Mangan. Yakten. This is not a great hand. Well, let's start with that. We'll give it a turn cycle to see if we can pair anything decent up here, but this is not a great hand. Alright, Debbie's going early dragon attack. I mean, sometimes it's worth waiting on for the second one, but if your hand is fast enough, it's okay to call. Is my usual advice on it, because oftentimes, but not calling, you're wasting 2 safe tiles if you are miles away from a tempai. If you've got a quick hand, absolutely call dragons, but sometimes it's worth waiting for that second one. Meanwhile, though, I think we are just going to play the second red. This doesn't feel like a hand I can do much with, although the Dora all being played is at least something. We'll hold off for turn though. The other advantage of knowing where the Dora are, of course, is that we know that... oh yeah, the local Yaku are on, by the way. Without being able to see, I can't tell you which one it is, but that's the one I'm happy to... Debbie gets to reach off the win off of Warren, which is a Dragon Dora hand only. Umashi. Forgot I'm not dealer. Alright, so we have the early Dragon Call, and we have triple Dora in this hand, so this is the sort of hand you attack with. Well, even though when he plays these, I'm actually reasonably happy with the hand shape anyway. And we have the option of going Toy Toy, I guess. This is one of the situations where I would go for Toy Toy just because I have the Dora pairs, but it's looking like we don't need to.
Boom.
Where I'm on the double attack here, or is that... Nope. The only downside with the hand in terms of going for Toy Toy or anything is that these are in the middle. And obviously these are only going to be discarded in absolute dire need. These have not turned up yet. We'll play 8 because if we draw that, then we can cut one of the pairs and potentially go that way around with it. Also means it's less likely now we're going to have to cut one of these for our hand. Come on, end of first row. Nobody wants to make this easy for me, which is fine. They are under no obligation to do so. We can still call the triplet of this if it comes to it. We need to get rid of something on the way down anyway, so... And knowing where all the middle tiles are tends to help with the safety of the other middle tiles. Okay. That's the thing. Tenpai. only thing we can change it up for is that, so we're not going to bother. It's a Suji. He also played a 5. He's played other things since then. He's more likely going to be around this. Is my opinion on it, but he has double course. We've got to assume he's Tenpai, but we have the value. At best, he's got 1 Dora. At worst, he's going to give us Hatsudora 4. Mangan. The sneak. Oh, yeah, something on the philosophy that Kara's currently running with is being the brave boy, in order to force people to not pursue you. So therefore, I have made it a tenet of how I'm going to continue to play the game, that I will pursue any reach that he does. Pretend Riichi to send him a message. Absolutely. If he's going to bluff, I'm going to bluff worse. Ah, well. It's fine. In fairness, it's a very valid way to play. It's maximizing potential returns, which is the main reason for it. Obviously, you get access to Urdura, you get access to additional Yaku, you get the Patsu chance. There are a lot of things benefiting you by reaching, at least in terms of staying versus staying silent. The difference between it, generally speaking, is flexibility. If you stay silent, you have the ability to upgrade your hand more. You have the ability to play around changes in circumstances, i.e. cards. But equally, as Carol rightly pointed out, people are less likely, in a competitive sense, to play against you if you've got a reach. They will try and dodge you, which buys you a few turns to try and draw the winning tile. That being said, if you do it with bad weights and somebody pursues, you've only got yourself to blame for being in a bad weight. And it generally helps, and I think this is generally true, it helps to know where the values are. So, i.e., do you know where all the Dora are? Because if you can see them all, you know that the most people are going to have are generally cheap or tricky hands, which are going to take a lot of build-up. So it's less risky to do the whole reach on a bad weight and hope you slow them up even further, because they're already seemingly going for slow hands. If you can't see any of the Dora, it becomes harder to make that justification if your hand is still improvable. Okay, so we've got the other side of the coin, and it's kind of the situation I'm in, is that I am safe to a lot of things right now, so I'm less likely to want to risk my lead. I can definitely Brave Boy and, try and keep the value up and churning, but I'm more interested in securing the win. I don't want to be dealing into people. I lost the tourney. I mean, the tourney listing is basically a weird wing anyway. There are currently 5 people on 0. So, I wouldn't say you're last. He doesn't have the 4th! But he only needs the parent. He might have the pair weight. He could definitely have the pair weight. Well, Soshusi or whatever that is. It's one that you don't need the 4th thing for. It's slightly easier than Daisanga in an odd way, because you can wait on the pair. He only needs one of them. He doesn't care about the second. It's a double Yakuman if he has the second. But also, that's not very nice of you, Debbie. Oh geez, that's actually kind of terrible draw for me right now. I have nothing safe against this. Lined up. True. Nope, we're not risking giving... Debbie's currently in 2nd, so she is the person that we have to avoid giving points to the most, because any of our gains are halved and Dealing in basically doubles our pain, because she is going to overtake us more easily in rank than if she takes the hit off somebody else. So we'll dodge for the moment, play our 4s, and probably say good sayonara to our advancement within this hand. I've got 4 more draws left, so we got 2 definite safe tiles, and we'll hope to get another one as we go. Alright, there's an outside chance we could progress this to a complete hand now. Oh, Worms dealt into a Mungan. I mean, the event's not going to be finished for a while. Oh, no, I haven't. If you mean the soul event, no, I've not finished that yet. I finished it for the day. But... oh, there's some fun tables going on. I need to go and review some of them after this. Also, what is this nonsense? Oh, they'll be 6,000 points behind, so now we aren't in defense really. We need to try and increase the gap. South 2, we're getting there. We're getting there. You happen to turn up on the one random day where we have too many people. This is, as I say, the most people we've ever had on Tiles of Confusion night. Even during our heyday, when we could pull in about 20 viewers, 10 of them had no idea how to play Mahjong. This is just weird. We have 8 viewers and 13 people wanting to play. Okay, we're going to swap for that. Hope to get this, potentially a 3-sided weight here. And we're probably going to cut this, as it's the most likely safe one. The other advantage is, of course, we can actually call the things with this hand. Dora 2, we can go for it. Especially if somebody wants to give us Dora 3. Okay, Ishanten. So we don't need to reach with this. We got Ipeiko Dora 2, Tanyo most likely, but we might not have it depending. But Dora 9, I've still got Pinfu, Ipeiko, Dora 2, which is Mungan. I don't need to progress the hand any further, although there is the Hanneman reach. There is the Fret, and that might also scare Worm off, but Worm's on 10,000 points and he's dealer. So he does kind of need this. If he's forced to play a 5 or an 8 against me, though, we've got that route in. If he has a second call, though, that's going to make this really awkward. We're also Ishanten for 7 pairs, which is the other way we can take this hand. Also call this one now if we want to. One or either of them. So this hand has a number of ways into Senpai. Huzzah! Mono survives! Which table are you on, Mono? You're on the Draconis table. Most likely it's Tanyo. We played a 9 very early on, so we're going to go around for this. Yeah, we're in South 2 as well. So we're assuming Worm's just going for a quick repeat here. You are on a high-level table, I'm going to admit that now. If I had to say which of these tables had the highest players on it, yours is a very strong contender. Draconis on his day is probably the best player I've played with. And even when he's not on his day, he's good. Prospero has proven to be a strong competitor all the way through this. I have no idea on Gaiatan, but I assume since he knew what he was talking about earlier... Oh, something has happened. Hit Dora 2 with that.
タイヤをドラにドラ
Dora 3 rather. So, dealer effective Mungan, and the game is equalised. So, the operation becomes stop Wareham from winning points. We had a strong hand ourselves, but we just never had the opportunity to call things, unfortunately. Alright, we'll play with Dora first. Somebody wants that, they're going to have to go for it now. Oh, it's Larry as well. I'm going to Larry the Mungan, but
ポンです
we don't want Wareham to be in dealer position, so we're going to attack against this.
G です
Yours a second one and I'm in trouble. Yeah, ultimately, priority 1, do not give Wareham another dealer turn. No, not the Riichi! Yes, the Riichi, sir. And clearly your only answer is now pursue Riichi. Larry might want that. How much he wants to attack me, and it's correct to do so. Okay. It might not have been his then, it might have been where I'm considering. Save me again. Oh, I've got that's got to be a fun table there. Alright, we can't call that, unfortunately. He shouts him for a hand to at least shut that down. I've never played on SegaNet, no. I've played on Mahjong Time in the past, but most of the time I'm on Tenho or Seoul. Potential of a three-sided weight if we draw the right tile here. Although missing a bit still... No, that's not really something worth considering here. Somebody can overcall us. Didn't. You've given Draconis bonus points, you fool! And we'll take the win off Debbie. So a small win off second. We've stolen the dealer turn back. We prevented the Mungan monstrosity that was against us up top. Gap is back up to 12. So we now just need to get out of our dealer turn, really. South free. Okay, that's some power there. The rest of the hand's kind of terrible, though. We'll see. Oh, don't West reset me. Don't West reset me. Okay, good. I mean, I say the hand is terrible, but it's only in terms of completedness, and we've got one meld now. So yeah, if we can get something connected to these three in short order, preferably this one. Nothing else, I'll put the fret in. Okay. Not going to do that. That's a good draw. At least it activates this. We've had enough tiles in now that were this to pay off, we would call it and have a reasonable shot at getting there. We'd be Ryan Shanten from that, I believe. Cut that, grab one, toss... Yeah, so Ryan Shanten. Okay, that's a good draw. So South puts a sea Shanton now. I'd love to have called that, unfortunately. Debbie still overtakes us with Mahjong and Sumo, so we're still going to be somewhat aware of things on that end, but... Or if she pulls off another Sun Baiman out of nowhere. Good draw. Okay, we're getting rid of a 9 this first. So, we are Ishanten. South door of 4 if we pulled this off. At that point, we're definitely safe. And there's always a possibility they're still in the wall. We definitely just grab one of these for it. If we get the last one of these, this is fine as well. And since we know where all the value is, this is a sort of time we could reach in a bad way. We keep on with the plan though, because that's a marginally more risky tile than the other one we want to get rid of. There he's got a pair, which suggests, I don't know what that suggests really. Might have just been unlucky to draw a couple of times here. We'll risk the 6 because again it's the more risky tile. If I don't know these things in advance. And obviously if we encourage draws, it's more likely to play their south for their Tenpai.
Riichi desu.
Alright, reach across. We've got a safe tile for the moment. Have to learn not to meme. Well, I think we have another game about to start up. So the game is over, Mono. How did it go? Actually, I can check my log if I really want to here. Alright, against that, what are we doing? I think in all honesty, we're cutting our 8 and being safe here. Memeing. Well, I mean, sometimes the Kokushi is your only option. Doesn't mean it's a good option ever, but, you know, sometimes it is the only option. We might be playing the one so. The downside is he might be on a Sozu weight. High dot, low Sozu would be my rough guesstimation on this. I assume this, provided it's nothing huge. Matchmaking is not automatic, I have to trigger it, but I can trigger it any time. Currently, it's only yourself and Prospero currently queued up. It is very meaningful. Alright, South 4. We just have to survive the round. Debbie, Mahjong, and Sumo is, I think, the biggest threat to us winning at this point. Short of normal direct hit patterns. Debbie, of course, being the dealer means she can just go and do any kind of wins to get that across, though. Yeah, if 4 people turn up in the other game, I will start that off, so... We'll play around wins. Because I don't think we're going with that sort of hand right now, anyway. So we have Glassy, Prospero, and Mono currently queued up. And Draconis. Alright, we have game 2. Or game... and that's the 4th game of tonight, and unfortunately I've not seen any of the preceding stuff. And things. But thanks for telling me about the possible meme hand. I mean, I only started the game a few seconds ago. If you've got an initial reach, then yeah, go for it. Absolutely. Alright, Debbie calling with that. Daisangan incoming. Darn it, I mean, I don't want to say this is a boring game, but this is a conventional game. Every game Mono's in seems to have Yakum in every other hand. Alright, East is alive. We'll hold off for the moment then. Yeah, Mono did show that he had the thing on hand. Which actually I showed to all of you because I've got that window as my record thing. I can't do anything with that. I can do stuff with that, however that's a bit of a problem. Okay, Nebby's on for points. This is a problem in a lot of ways, because I don't think I can get rid of this anymore. I want to push it. I really want to push this, because it wouldn't be that far away. Debbie's the only person who could need the East. Having these, though, means the Chinitsu is unlikely. It's probably Toy Toy, but I don't have information to definitely confirm that yet, so we are going on this direction for the time being.
Riichi.
Ah, fun. I'm also nearly out of safe tiles. Well, if Warren can pick up the win, that's going to be beneficial to me here, but that's how big it is. It's a brave move from Larry. Oh, reach past Sumo. If it's a Hanneman, it's big enough to overtall this. It's just Mungan, so I think I retain the lead. I do. Where it moves up to second at the end. GG all. Well, that was a thing. So let's just have a quick look at the logs from the other games here. So Draconis did pick up the win on that particular game. Mono second, Gaitan in third, and Crossroad in last. If we have a quick glance at the Kirol game, I'm just going to buy people some time, see if we can wait for the second game to end, shuffle the players around a little bit. Actually, they're still in South 1, although this is 5 minutes ago. Kyril taking a big lead, so basically trying to reaffirm his position at the absolute top of the table again. And yeah, we have lost all the descriptions, which is a bit annoying. Anyway, yeah, that was a fairly even game up until through most of that. So, how's that? 10 online, that's kind of ridiculous. Alright, I'm going to prepare for another one. Since it doesn't seem as if Kyril's game's going to end anytime soon. Yeah, I was about to say, you seem to... You're still on the South 1. Oh, good God. If we don't get the game started very soon, what I'll do is I'll actually just spectate the end of Kyril's game, but... But I would like the opportunity to shuffle the players around a little bit. Since, you know, we have that opportunity right now. Otherwise people can play the same players every time. Alright, I'm going to head out, and if we get 3 people in there, I will jump in or do something here. So we're going to view... Someone can take my spot. I don't think that's a problem right now. At least limited slot numbers. Oh, this is the other game. I mean, I am interested in that game, but we're going to watch... watch the live game. My dice sunken! Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, so we're going to play behind Starfall for this game. We're also going to keep the blinds up, so we're not going to have any untoward information. So we're going to judge entirely on his own merits here. So, this is the second repeat, so Starfall's on a rampage at the back. Again, has the option of reaching with his 3-man weight and is choosing not to do so. Because he feels it's a bad weight, he also doesn't know where Vedora are. Which makes a little bit of sense here. Reach only would be pretty much what he has, is the only problem. He doesn't have a Yaku without that. I don't know what he's swapping around at this point, or he's trying to build something. Because now if he gets to 3, he's got the ideal 3-2-5-8, but he's lost that now. Still, I'm not in the pressure, and I'm not seeing what he's seeing. And he might be being concerned about Rise's off-wind call. Alright, close reach on the 2, which would be for a 10, but he has Dora with that. Might be worth the reach here to threaten off. He is the dealer. Chiral is the person who will respect the dealer. Rise will probably respect the dealer unless he's got a monster. Yeah, okay. And now he's just massively for a 10 busting himself. Okay. We may have picked the wrong player to spectate behind, I've got to be honest. Now he's got a 2-5-8 for a 10. Every single time since he's discarded this 4 that we've been watching him, he has gone for a 10, for a 10, for a 10, for a 10. You might as well take this though. 2-5-8. How many outs has he got left?
Riichi.
So it's a 2-5-8 for a 10 reach. Late game. From the dealer. I feel that's going to be respected enough. We'll see. Seven, so West. They don't seem just offhand as safe tiles. So I don't think this is being respected in the slight. Oh no, West is a safe tile. 6 is a safe tile. Chinitsu Itsu from that. You can't have had Chinitsu Itsu from that. You can have Honitsu Itsu. Which, yeah. Seems fun. Is your game ended or are you just chatting? You're just chatting. I'm in a 5-minute delay, thankfully, so Bryce can't get any advantage from what I'm saying about 5 minutes ago, but yeah, Starfall danced between about 6 for a 10 weights before he chose the last for a 10 weight that he wanted. He's got the high T. He's got the high T. You can go Riichi Pats. No, you can't go Riichi Pats high T sumo. Go reach high T sumo. Pin 2. No.
Tenpai.
Yep, and he did have the Honitsu Itsu weight. Well, game evening up again. Into third Honba. I'm going to stick behind Starfall because he's on a bit of a rampage here and it's always worth sticking behind the rampage player. Indeed. Were it not for that North, you'd had the Chinitsu Itsu, which is the dream. But, referee! Nani? Quite so. Gotta fear that Durabomb. I've actually been playing the Tetsuya game as well because I realised I didn't have my PS2 emulator installed and it was the only game I could find in my archive of files on my external hard drive. So I basically been playing Tetsuya, the cheesy Mahjong game again. It's fun. I should probably do some more of that at some stage. You know, once I remember all the enough Japanese to know what I'm actually doing with everything. Yeah, so Starfall's not had the greatest of draws here. I wonder if he's married to the 7 pairs idea at this point. He'd be better off going for a Tanyo.
G.
And he's doing so. Okay, so he wasn't married to that. I was wondering if he was considering that, but given his other discards, I don't think he's done anything wrong particularly. And if nothing else, calling his dealer means that people got to consider what you're up to. Call discarding Dora could be an indicator of Tenpai.
Boom.
Double call cutting the free could be an indicator of Chinitsu, or a 1-suit hand. Problem is he's discarded 2 9s immediately, so more likely it's going to be Tanyo from everyone else's perspective. Especially now he calls this. Alright, so it's a quick Tanyo repeat. And since he's already discarded Vidora, it's a cheap hand. This isn't as much as good a threat as other things would be. But, you know, he's in Tenpai. He's got the chance of the repeat, and he keeps the rampage going. 3-6 is not the best weight. Again, 2 middle tiles, but you never know. Karo's still playing middle tiles, so he's still attacking this. Obviously determining that it's cheap enough that he can afford to. And he's given up 1,000 points. Thanks for the stick. Your 1,500 point hand is now 1,000 better because Karo decided it was going to be. Alright, you're now in range. We believe in you, Starfall. And this is a hand. This is a good one. It's a quick one at nothing else. You might end up wasting this on Dragon only, but we'll see. The comeback is real. It kind of needed to be, because otherwise Kara was going to be top of the table again. The last time he was there for 2 months without any effort. Alright, Kara's had enough going for quick attacks, which absolutely makes sense in this position. Once you've had 4 Dora, I still don't know if Pa Renchan is a thing in the local Yaku list, because I never bothered to look it up. But Pa Renchan would be 8 consecutive dealer turns, being an automatic Yakuman, if the dealer wins again. Which is a local Yaku, but I have no idea at all whether it is a thing in Seoul. I could even look it up, but that would be knowing things, and I like not knowing. Okay. That's possibly playing safe to Kyrol, but I'd probably still been inclined to play the free there, especially since you have your dragon. Maximizing the number of helpful calls. You're likely getting rid of 1 of 6 on that side anyway. Alright, Kyrol's 2 calls, so he's got to be Tenpai from that. Okay, Ishanten. Nope, no, it's not Ishanten. What am I talking about? That's not Ishanten at all. If Kyrol's not in Tenpai for a Toy Toy Honitsu, though, it's might even worth counter-calling. At least put some pressure on him. Besides not, though. I'd have probably been at least tempted to call that. But so you can still play the 8 for safety, so you can still go and call that, drop the 8. But at least put him under pressure. Especially as he then had to play the dragon. And you need to go for this, I think. Yeah. Turn 4 reach. Oh, I'm sorry, Mano. Well, in fairness, this table's looking a little silly as well. A bit of a risk, but fine. He's played an early 5 and he's played a 7 late on. It's unlikely he wants it, but you never know. Okay, that's a better Tenpai. Well, better Ishanten. So we can get rid of a 2 here, I think. So let's get rid of the 5 and go for the 5-6 out. So he's obviously worrying about the Honitsu, which is a valid concern at this point. You could just be in White Dragon only, though.
No.
Nope, it was Toy Toy. Dragon Toy Toy, 5200, and that stops the Starfall repeats. But he has brought himself back into contention with that hand, so that's fine. Let's move on to the new dealer. So, behind Chinchilla. With an okay-ish hand, but Chinchilla's in the unfortunate position of being the heavy undercard right now. So needs something with a bit of bite this time. Best hand I can envision this being, though, is going to be something along the lines of Riichi Pinfu. Because I'm not seeing a lot else that's obvious. There's an outside chance that maybe a Sanch Cube, but it's still at least 3 draws away from getting that into even a possible reality here. The thing that Chinchilla needs right now is speed, and Kyrol is deciding that he is fed up of having dealer repeats taking his potential win away.
Boom.
Alright, Starfall's still attacking as well. Because Starfall's still in second. Starfall's not that far behind. Hanneman Sumo would be enough if he's holding on to Triplet of the Ones, for example. Because I actually forgot what was in his hand already. I think it's in it literally a few moments ago. But he's playing middle fives with Band, and this is a good draw. Probably getting rid of the 8-7 here over these two. Yep. So one away from Riichi Pinfu, which is a perfectly valid hand. If you can Riichi Pinfu Sumo, hit some Uridura, that is Mungan. And dealer Mungan is exactly what he needs right now. But even just taking the Riichi Pinfu Sumo would be a good value right now. I don't think Starfall's on a Shinitsu, but that is again a valid concern when you are down on points and desperate for desperate. So takes the risk now. Good. Failing to play that then would have been disastrous, honestly. This is not the time to be timid. Can't call that, unfortunately. East should pass. You're the only person it's a bonus tile for. Okay, that's a hand upgrade. Can try to cut the 8 here, which should be safe against both based on Tsuji, but not a guaranteed thing, of course. Decides to cut the 9 pair. So I'm wondering if this is a lean towards Tanyo. It's a little late, but it would be a hand increase as well. I'm going Tanyo, Pinfu, Dora, plus Riichi's Mungan, which is more than good enough right now. That's a great swap. Okay, so potentially a 1-5 swap, potentially an Itsu. A potential Itsu rather than a possible Itsu, because I'm not playing it. Okay, pair weights. Goes for the Tanyo. Okay, so Ishanten, Tanyo. Ishanten his dealer is... Tanyo as dealer is absolutely fine, especially if you've got some value to back it up. Oh goodness, Rise. Oh, fun things happening. Well, we'll follow Rise's... Well, assuming Rise becomes dealer, then we'll follow that. Oh, that's... Was that cheap? That was cheap. Well, that's unfortunate. Chinchilla had a good hand building up there. Alright, over to Rise, who's the current dealer here. And our last great hope for Kyrol not winning this game, although it doesn't seem as if it's... Actually, that game's still going. Well, we'll see. Rise has 2 Dora in this opening hand. We were supporting you all the way back behind you. We were supporting you. It was looking like a really good hand. I've got to be honest, and you were doing everything as right as far as I could work out. And it is very difficult to play in a low points position. You have to unfortunately wait for your chances, and unfortunately, they don't tend to come back. I don't mean to be. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry, Kyrol. I'm only mocking because you are that dominant in a position at the moment. And genuinely, he's one of the strongest players here, so... The game is apparently still going on based on the tournament thing, so... We'll try and keep that, so Dora free, potentially, if we can work a way to incorporate that. So what's Rise's best play here? Ipeiko, Tanyo, Dora free. The downside with Rise's hand is that he can't sumo without having a monster. He needs to make up 24,000 points, and while he would take... So Hanuman would be 18,000 all, but that wouldn't be enough to overhaul. So he actually needs a Baiman sumo for it to not automatically end up second. He might well take the second, in fairness. It's possible. The downside is his hand is now building to such a way that he's going to have to start getting rid of these darn Dora. Okay, so he's going for the quick Tanyo, cutting... No, he's not cutting Dora yet. So it's looking like it's going to be a Dora pair weight, whichever way he goes for this first. Also has lost Ipeiko, so it's going to be Tanyo Dora 2. Oh, more shenanigans going on in the other game. Cool. Risk which side? Goes for the dot weight. Dot was one of his early plays, so it's going to be mastered a little better. He's also played something on the 369 vein. Not a definite thing here, but you never know. It also means he can target it a little bit. So Chinchilla, for example, would have played... Oh, that's unfortunate. Again, it's still probably the better weight to go for this, I think. It's mastered a little better. 2, although he does have the Suji. He did play the 2. I don't know. When it's obvious you're going for a Tanyo, nobody's going to play the middle tiles if they can avoid it. Alright, Chinchilla with the Dragon Call. Now, with Rise, I think, could get the advantage here. If Chinchilla plays free dot, then Rise passes on that. Kyrol is more likely to play the free dot from that position. So this is where turning your auto calls off. Ooh, Carnage. Carnage, which did not help Rise. But might inspire somebody to reach with a dodgy tile in a bit. Spoilers! We're hoping for the end of this. Alright, well, we'll keep watching here for the moment. I'm just going to watch the rest of this and then we'll reshuffle the tables after this. Oh, that's an awful decision for you, Rise, here. Actually, no, it isn't. You can need to go 5x up. What am I thinking? Yeah. That's fine. You're still in for this. The problem with the reach from Starfall is, of course, Starfall only needs a Hanuman, I think. So, I think a Hanuman Sumo from... No, actually, no. Kyro's non-dealer. So, it'd be 12,000, of which you get 3,000 from that. So, he still needs a Baiman. So, if Starfall's got a Baiman... Yeah. Size and triple dragons. Oh, dear. We might be sticking with you then, rather than going over to Kyrol then, in that case. Oh, ouch. 200 to Starfall. 2,600 for Chinchilla as we go into what is almost certainly going to be the last hand. Unless insanity happens. We'll stick... I was following the dealers, but we're going to stick with Rise because he reckoned there was a triple dragons in the offing, which from here is quite impressive. Alright, so it's a passable start. I'd say this is awkward for his position. In terms of actual gamesmanship, he needs a direct Baiman plus somebody else to reach, or to go to Sound Baiman. And from this, it's looking next to impossible. He's got the wrong bonus set. He doesn't have easy way of getting to Sanchiku or anything else that's going to bump the hand value up. Yeah, this is a fairly miserable hand. In fact, even getting to second is going to be a challenge for Rise here. He can Hanuman Sumo, which wouldn't give him enough. So he'd need to direct Hanuman or go for a Baiman Sumo just to get to second. Which is miserable considering he was in such a strong position in that hand. Okay, pair established. So from this, I'd almost be considering going for Toy and hoping for Khans. Which is probably the best way to go about this. At least in terms of trying to chase a value. Because the important thing from this kind of position is to just look at what you need, and no matter how impossible it is, do everything you can to aim for that goal. Because it's unreasonable to assume that if you go for an Ultra Triplets hand, you'll get the opportunity to Khan things. But if that's what you need, you might as well have a go. At this point, he's only risking falling into 4th, which, if he's worried about that, sure. Oh, dear. Well, I guess the Riichi might be concerned about that. Who knows? Plays the Suji, has 2 dragons. Also, we've got a Dora safe tile against the Riichi as well, which is nice. Okay, so in the terms of heroic hand styles now, if you hadn't got rid of that 6, I'd have got rid of the Dora in this position and kept the possible Suanko open. Definitely the triplets and Dora would be more my consideration from that. I think cutting this would have been a better thing than that. But again, I'm not playing the game. I am not Rise. I am not under the pressures, and, you know. He sees the dragons, and the dragons are addictive. Sometimes it is all you see. Especially if he gets a second one. Or if he draws a red in the near future. Chinchilla is on a Manzu, it's going to be 258. It was 258. There's the Biteman. I mean, you weren't that close. I thought you'd be a bit closer than that with what you said anyway. Alright, Carol wins on 38. Chinchilla manages to consolidate to an okay second position. No, absolutely. And I mean, you have to go for carnage and ridiculous things. Given your requirements, it was a bit of a long shot in any case. I feel it was a good attempt, I've got to be honest. I just might have played a little differently, but it wouldn't have made any difference ultimately. Alright, I'm going to prepare for a match, and then we're going to go and queue up some people. I'm going to hopefully shuffle the game up a little bit, but we'll see how this develops. Also, we have the game of death apparently happening on the other side of things with Prospero, Draconis, Glazy, and Mono, which is probably the highest class of table we've got currently going on there. I mean, it's still the first game they started, isn't it? Might be, who knows. Scary! You were winning all the way through that. All the way through that. You only had to deal with somebody going with a massive dealer rampage, and then Shinitsu, then a potential All Dragons, which you didn't know was a potential All Dragons. But fair enough, sir. That win probably puts you on top. We'll reconcile the points after the stream. Alright, we need one more for a second game. Which is currently going to be Starfall, Rise, myself, and somebody. Apparently Mono's having a very bad time on the other table. Or at the very least, the other table is fairly high-powered. In fact, given it's Prospero, Draconis, Glazy, and Mono, that might actually be the toughest battle going on for that. I'd be interested in watching that for how it's going. Alright, we have Chinchilla in position 4, so shuffle the seats, and yeah, I mean, it's more the fact they're all reasonably good. Not necessarily certain on Glazy, but from the limited play we've had, seems to know what he's doing. So 3 good players and 1 potentially good player. Prospero came into this stream and apparently said he was a newbie. What he meant was he was new on Soul. He's really good. From the limited games I've played for him. It's also the fact that I'm commentating on the game that you happen to be in at the time, so I would hope you'd do that. Oh, I didn't see any bad play. My 8 Doris. Oh. Oh no. Is that the oh no of I should really have watched the other game? Staff was also disconnected, so if I can ask people to... hold on. How do I pause this? Oh, he's back. Okay. That's fine. Just pausing because Starfall was offline. Hopefully the 9 wasn't too critical of discard. I'm scared. No, absolutely. Go for it. Go for it. If interesting things are happening in the other game, I'm going to be watching that other game once I'm done with this. I mean, this is a little rough in many ways for this hand, but some things... Oh, okay, that helps. So 4 pairs, one of them being a dragon. So we can bluff the Chinitsu if we wanted to. We could actually go for the Honitsu if we wanted to, in all honesty. Alright, so... Toitoidora, dragon. I mean, that's Mungan. It's not the best of Mungans, though, unless I can get one of these two.
Riichi.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that a thing? I might be dealing into that. Toitoi Honitsu, potentially. I know it's not, but it could be. Oh, god darn it, this is horrible for me. Oh dear, I need to draw this now. This is not where we want to be. All should be fine. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, do I just keep going with this? What am I dealing into? Played an early 5 before the Riichi. He could be on this. He probably is on this. 9. I'm going to play safe with 4 tiles left in my hand. If that is on a 6. 6-9? No, it's on a pair weight. 9-7. Well, I don't know if it would have passed Rise, but I feel that definitely... Okay, so Starfall's off to a great start. Which is a shame, really, because we had the attack hand, really. Alright. This is a fast pin-2 hand. This is good for recovery. Is Draco being a sneaky bastard again? I mean, maybe. The only downside with that, of course, is that... Oh, I can't talk here. That 9 was important. No, it wasn't. The 9 was the 9 was not important at all.
Boom.
Okay, everybody's on the attack here. Bryce with possible Manzu Honitsu, if he's going for his usual pattern with this. He might be going for a North only. Our upper end includes a Sanshku, but I'm not certain that's necessarily what we're going to have for the end of this. Yeah, cut that. Stick with the Tanyo side of things. So, Ishanten. Cut the 5 now. Most likely we'll be getting the 2 later, which should be safer. Okay. Damn it. 2 done. Also the possibilities. Oh yeah, no, you can't forget about the possibilities. Oh, that's a problem. So we've just drawn 2 Dora in that hand. Ah, that's just backfired on me.
G.
Alright, Starfall going for the dealer only.
Boom.
Oh, I called that as well. That would allow me to use this up. Well, now we've got to be defending that Starfall's dealer Rampage of Doom. And red is alive. That is me out of this one, I think. Cut the 4, cut the 2, hope. Yeah, I can't play Red Dragon into this board. Somebody wants it. Hatsu I could play, but it's dodgy right now. All 3 of them could be in Tenpai. Skip. We know where the 7s are, so we'll play the 8. Played the free side not very long ago, but it could easily be somebody's weight now. We'll have to go for it. We don't have a lot of good options with this hand, in all honesty. I need somebody to drop a pair. Drop 6.3 would be ideal. Dropping a dragon would be fine as well. That's if it's 2 players. It's a Suji to rise. We could try and risk the 8, in all honesty. That's the last possible one. We've got 2 6s. We don't know where any of the others are, though, is the problem. Oh, I need stuff. I need definitely safe tiles coming up now, basically. Alright, let's slow down and think about this. We've got tons of thinking time, so I can try and debate this one. If I have to discard from what I've currently got now, we see 2, 2, 4, 4, 4. Don't see all the 4s. Also, Vidora could definitely be a pair weight. I know one of them's out, but... Alright, 9's fine.
G.
Well, 9 should be fine. Come on, give me something I can do with something with. 2, 6, but... I know where all this... Fuck it. Okay. Now you do. I couldn't have had that last turn rise. Oh well. Oh, this is a horrible one. All right, no worries. Thanks for joining us, Glazzy. If people are wanting another game, I will set one up, but I'm probably going to make this the last game of the night. However, I apparently have to spectate on that last game that just happened. Okay, Rise is the only one in Tenpai. Everybody else was dodging and apparently doing it at a reasonable pace as well. Alright, we've hit double Dora. And potentially this hand is good. I was stuffed through most of that game. I was on the last legs through basically the last 10, last 6, 7, 8, 9 discards. More because all 3 of you look like you were in Tenpai. We'll keep south a turn or 2 longer just because we are currently sitting south, but yeah, okay. But most likely we're going to just go for a quick Tanyo door attack. Or maybe not. I mean, all things being optimal, draw the free set, draw a 5/8, and we're there.
Boom.
Alright, Starfall with his quick attack. I mean, it's above a lot of us. It's something that takes practice, and there are varying schools of thought, and ultimately, even if you read correctly, you can be wrong, which is the confusing bit of it. The best you can do is make assumptions with varying levels of probability behind them. It's something that takes practice, and I won't claim to be any kind of master at it, but honestly, there is the other school of thought. Just be better at building hands. If you can build hands faster than everybody else, you will win, or at least win enough to cover your chances when you do deal in. But yeah, no, I'm glad I've been able to help in some way, shape, or form. This is ultimately a beginner focus stream in any ways, but yes, Karos had the book learnings.
Riichi desu.
Well, I've got a safe tile against Rise for at least the time being. I see 3 2s. If I can see one more, then we can play the 1s. I'll probably play them anyway against him at this point. If he's on 1s, he's probably on a pair weight based on the dropping of the pair there. He could have 1 2 3. He could be on a 2 3. Seems like a really odd thing to get rid of, though, to get to a 2 3. And we're actually Ishanten for 7 pairs. Downside is neither of them pass. With this being the most likely thing if we were to go for this, so I think we're going to play the 1s. Which bats a sumo. Puts us third though, because thankfully we're not dealer right now. Hit the Hanneman as well, so ouch. Alright, our dealer turn. I mean, okay. This can potentially work for us. If nothing else, make it look like we're going for a meme hand. Okay, this is looking better now. So, if we can luck into a 7, we'll get rid of a 9 next, most likely. Rise had a Hanneman.
Boom.
Riichi Patsu Hanneman as well, just for nonsense. We need one more for a game. We've currently got Prospero, Debbie, and Mono in the room for that. I will start up another game if it happens, but as I said, I'm probably just going to be spectating and reviewing games for the rest of the evening, I think. 2 from Tenpai. We need to stop Starfall, actually, because he's been calling an awful lot. We need to start punishing him for that. Yeah. Oh dear. Nice. Alright, so Riichi Dragon's potentially coming up. Not going to count it. I mean, North 8 wouldn't be a bad way if that's what we ended up with. I'm not sure what message I'd be sending other than I want more Dora to be around when somebody else has got a call. It's also my dealer turn. I'm not in a position. I don't need to chase points just yet. Especially when I've got a good chance of being able to reach with this hand. Alright, a few options with this then. Draw west, draw north, reach for Suanko. Clearly. That's clearly the best option. I mean, we do need something, because otherwise we're going to be no turn at the end, but...
No.
Alright, Starfall I think is on a perfect game right now. Oh no, actually no, of course he's not prize 1 or game. That, unfortunately, secures us third, but isn't actually doing a lot for us. Well, we're clearly on a dragon's hand. I mean, I don't think it was a good idea either, but it was something to consider. Now, but unfortunately, our hand was a little clunky, but it was better than dropping that. If I got any of the other pairs, I'd have gone for the Sun Unco potentially, but... Well, you can do what you like. I'm not going to meme this hand, particularly. At this point, I'm just going to hope that eventually I get a hand that I can do something with. I don't think I've been in Tenpai all game at this point. Cards have their place. I'm not going to say they don't. And when you're down on points, I mean, when we get to South, me and Chinchilla are going to be carning things if we get the opportunity, because we are that far down. This does not seem at all like a hand that's going anywhere. Oh dear. Alright, we can get rid of all our dragons safely. That's a thing. Unfortunately, what we're left with is a hand that could have gone Nageshi, but we decided not to from the start. Because, of course, we know the hand's impossible, so, you know.
G.
Okay. Starfall's still on the attack. Called a 9 though, so it's most likely a Chinitsu, or Honitsu Chinitsu style hand. And Rise has again beaten us soundly to Tenpai. Now we have safe tire 1, and then I assume the Sozu's going to be safe. He's played very early Sozu. Did reach on that, so if he's on Osozu weight, it's at the high end. Most likely. But as it happens, Starfall was on a cheeky Itsu only open weight. He's 20,000 ahead though, so it's working for him. Call everything and win. It's a valid tactic. Especially now he's dealer, and he's going to call again, call everything and win. Yeah, I know. It was an open Itsu though, so there's that. It was extremely cheap. Has secured forward place a little more for me though. All right, come on. This time. Just pieces start assembling. Get me to at least Ishanten. If I can get to Ishanten, I'll be happy at this point. Oh no, of course. It also makes him dealer, so you know. Any win to be dealer is worth it, irrespective of value. Because ultimately, you can make your value when you are dealer. Well, we're up to 4 pairs. I don't know if I want to force the triplets or pairs at this point. Maybe it's going to be easier for us to force Tanyo. Yeah, a couple of 9s here. I'm not seeing the meme hand. I am seeing that we should have kept the pairs. Insane your viewer. I have more than one viewer these days. I genuinely don't see what meme hand you're talking about. 7 pairs is not a meme hand as far as I'm aware. Oh, the Nageshi! Oh no, that's dead now. So, you know. I actually had... Oh, that's a thing. I genuinely not noticed I was in a thing for that. Ouch. Well, into last place we go. Alright, chasing the lead time. You know, this is the best hand I've had all day. Well, all game at least. And Chiral is again... when people start calling when you've finally got a good hand together. Oh well. Let's see what we can do. Toy Toy Carnage, I think, is the name for this one. Hatsu. Oh, options from this. I think we need to call trip. We need to be in a position to start calling things. Unfortunately, we've just given Rise the aggression here. And that's going to make this cutting this awkward. Oh well. I think we have to push regardless. The question is, do we cut the dragons for this? Which is the next consideration, I think. All of our triplets would be middles, of course, which is a pain. And a few of them are nearly out.
ポン
Oh, now we're overcalled.
ポンです
Alright, here we go. Cut dragons. Next we cut Dora, I think.
ポンです
Guess we're lucky enough to draw something off of this 4. We could tank it. It's definitely a thing we could do. But we need something right now anyway. Tanyadora 2 is absolutely fine. Tanyadora 3, Tanyadora 4 would be awesome.
G です
But we're in a position now where we have a hand that could potentially be Mungan and get us back into this, so... we have a go. 4 more draws. Ugh.
ロン
GG. No, it's not GG. That was short. Alright, we get more attack at this point then. He's got shades up. We still have all of South though. Okay.
ポンです
Mono! This is a live chat, I will have you remind you. I didn't give away your weights when you were playing. More than likely, we're just going for the half flush. It depends on how this goes. Oh, Mahjong time. Yeah, no, I played a Mahjong time. That was how I started.
G です
We're going into a Tunky weight almost certainly here unless we can do something. Of course, that does allow us to potentially draw that red dragon. I mean, I'd love for a green to turn up just so I could actually get some carnage and try and put some value on the board. Unfortunate. Do 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 do.
Riichi です
Well, it does go for the red. Not sure I am.
ロン
Alright, you take it on me. might not finish last. I think Starfall might be making a challenge for the lead of this tournament at the moment. Alright, well, yeah. This is far less good a hand to try and attack with. Hope for West, hope for Dragon. See what happens here. But with 1600, we're dead to anybody just winning a hand here, so we need to be on the go. Okay. Good draw. I mean, I'm not going to say no to one, but I don't think Yakuman's happening. Besides which, we actually still have a dealer turn left, so we don't necessarily need to force the go into Yakuman and the Mahjong at this point. We're getting close to it. But since we have a dealer turn left, we always have that as our sort of resounding hope with this. Fortunately, I've just dropped a pair. Need to get out of South 1. I mean, I'm not the one who wants to stay in the South 1. I want to get to South 3. We have 10 by if we draw 7 or 8, but it's a single weight. Actually, that's fine. That helps. Potentially. If we draw a 7, that gives us the free-sided weight, which would be lovely. Come on, 7 dots. Give me some fortune. That is not fortunate at all. I kind of have to go for this as well. Also, with Chinchilla reaching, basically I'm forced to... If she played Dama, I'd have been okay with it, but... Six we can play around. So what's the playbook here? For CG. Is that good enough? Should we get the tempo? Not sure. South is live. Bugger. Yeah, well, game over. GG. Can they go for something a bit better than that? Minus 44. And I think we just have one game we need to watch at this point, which is... No, that's our game. Where was the nonsense going on? Good win for Draconis, good win for Chiral. Okay, let's first off get rid of the show hands thing for the moment. Actually, let's have a quick look at what the nonsense we had here. No time initial draw. I don't think that nonsensical, in all honesty. Oh well. What I should look at though... Oh, I don't have the ability to look at my most viewed game. That's what I was going to do last. Well, we have one more person ready up here, so I am going to ready up, and that's going to be the last game of the night, I think. Oop. Let's get back into the thing. Bear with. Thank you. Alright, this is probably going to be the last game. So this is myself, Mono, Prospero, and Kung Pao. But let's play one more. Need to wipe that away, really. Entire game with not getting into Tenpai once. Alright, we are starting dealer. Hand's okay. Can definitely work with this. Alright, mono with the early call. Yeah, no worries. I mean, we're still potentially playing one more. I'm only going to play one more tonight, but if people want to continue playing after the stream's done, then absolutely feel free. I'm still going to be around for a little bit because I need to update things and sort whatever out. Quite so. Plug the Discord. Ignore the top bit of the Discord. The top bit of the Discord is entirely for people who have no interest in Mahjong. At the bottom of the Discord is for the people who are interested in Mahjong. At least in the way it tends to work itself out. Yeah, do you want this? We'll be alright for the moment. Indeed, the FC Super League. Which, yeah, hasn't been a thing for a while, but I think exists. Towards the bottom of that, you'll see card game nonsense, roleplay nonsense, and Tiles of Confusion nonsense. Absolutely. Let's hope that's not out of date, or I've not just linked to a random Discord somewhere. Alright, Mono takes the first win. Hatsudora off of Prospero to become dealer. Still haven't hit Tenpai yet. Alright, this is a potential push for half flush at this point. I mean, yeah, he's allowed to plug, he's allowed to do things. I don't know if he's got admin rights at all, but he's allowed to. Oddly, it's not my Discord in a weird sort of way. I think I'm not the owner or anything in Discord, but I think I have enough rank to just assign roles and things. Usually, though, I just assign anybody who plays Mahjong to Confused by Mahjong. And leave the other style of roles to other people, with the possible exception of Free People's Willtopia, which generally only means that you have played games with me in a live environment at some point. And Team Beards is an old standby from the days when we used to play Guns of Icarus all the time. We miss Team Beard. Well, because you like us to just randomly turn up and hope people are around beforehand. Announcing things helps people definitely be there. Or at least you can prod them and guilt them into it if they say they can and then don't. somebody can overcall that. Oh, thank God they didn't. Alright, fine. Honitsu is away. Well, this is true, but I always end up having to announce things on my end as well, even though it is the same time. Although, in fairness, YouTube does seem to keep liking to flip the dates around for no reason. Hey, we've hit Tenpai with a hand at last. Somebody's going to take a mung enough of that. Yep, there goes Prospero. Well, I'll take that then. Two-sided over the pairway. Fortunately, it's on this awkward 4-7 weight, but somebody's already played a 4. I might play another one at some point. The other side of the coin is it's not actually all that valuable, but it'd be enough to counteract what I've lost, well, the ground I've lost on mono anyway. And those who have been... they're the most expensive of the other tiles, actually, but... Ew. Well, risk it. Somebody wants it, they can have it. I mean, I've taken 3 calls. They should assume I'm Tenpai, so... Alas, we were beaten to it, and it was Dora free as well. Of course, because I gave them Dora free. Well, Prospero's away. Well then. I think we know what we're doing with this. Good draw. The only downside will be if we draw that before that side, because that unfortunately loses us to pin through and kind of forces us into the hand. South for the moment. Of course, we could always go for this hand as well, depending on what happens. And I mean, that's technically a possibility right now. If we get lucky, draw either the pair or draw the middle tile, we just reach and go for that. As much as I'd love to go for the normal hand in this position. I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, we could reach with this, go for a two-sided weight. But given the extra value of this, and how early it is, we'll go for this. Reach Chanter is at least free Han. Sumo would be Mungan. Sumo for the lead. And if nothing else, this should hopefully start tying up people's hands. Especially if we can Khan, because we always have that as a possibility with this. Also, slight sadness that I've missed out on the possibility, but slight. But in Reach, Itsu, Pinfu, I mean, basically same value. With Fedora as well, actually. We could have had Hanneman. Oh well, doesn't matter. We've gone with this. It hasn't slowed Debbie in the slightest. I didn't expect it would. looking at our hand, we should be in a 147 weight, or a, you know, that's the only tile we gave it any real indication. The rest is just definite safety against it. But I mean, this is true. I can be a little sad over that. Would have been a hand-in hand if I'd have waited, but I feel this is still fine. And we kept ourselves open for both possibilities, so. We'd have got the Itsu as well. Yeah, I know. I know. This is the Pursuit Reach with a better weight, though, coming up. Oh, and the double call as well. Oh, if I deal with this. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. 5,200 in. We're back in last place. We are descending the ladder again. I'll just consider this another instance of the possibility betraying me. Ah well. It was a turn 4 reach and nobody wanted to risk the east despite all the calling going on. Alright. Right, 14k behind. It's not impossible. We're still in East 4. We still got a dealer turn coming up if we can get out of this one. Good draw. All right. Okay. Mono's in Carnage mode. Has given us 2 Dora though, so we're going to punish them for that if we can. So cut the red, cut the 9, try and go for... Ah, damn it. I'd love to have called that, but nope. Darn it, I'm not going to be able to punish him for this. Red's also dodgy now, but I think we have to go for it. Again, can't really call it. I suppose I could have called a sequence, but there are other things we need to do first. And even calling that would only put us quite a bit behind anyway. Now, I mean, it's still not ideal. Because the easiest way to get into a Tenpai at this point is tapping that Tanya door free. Well, I'll play the safety for the moment. Okay, fine. Also now means this 9 is really awkward against them. Hey, Sif. Oh, god damn it. I'll just go for... No, I'm not going to just go for this. Bloody hell. So I can't play 7, 8, 9. I can play 6. That feels like a massive step backwards. Ugh. Against 2 Riichis and a double call, though, we're just going to try and play this out. 4 is played before the Riichi. 3 won't be safe, definitely. 2 whites. There's the Itsu. And a Baiman. It's possible he does. I don't actually know. Alright, final dealer turn. And this is a monsterish start. I mean, I can be in tempo of my next draw. Even fortunate, otherwise we're probably getting rid of the 8-9. But we need a bit of a rampage to come on from this. I need something to come out of this and nothing else. Okay. Gives us our pair. I'll take Riichi Pin Fedora right now. Four-man for the ideal. Okay. Nothing yet. It might be worth us actually throwing the 6 dot early. Are we going to keep that? We get the 7, what happens? We go into that. We still have to get rid of one of our sets anyway. So yeah, I think we're cutting 6 dot next turn regardless of what we draw, just for safety. Because it is near Fedora. Arrogant. Yeah, we can play the 8. And unfortunately, this is our last dealer turn, so I think attack is the only thing we're doing at this point, but I can't attack until I actually draw the down thing. This eye. Okay. Last dealer turn down. Now we're into carnage and nonsense to finish second. Tudora. Go mad, force the toy. That's probably massively on tilt. Hold on to south a turn or two, see if we can develop a pair there. 1-2-3 Sanch Q is a very outside possibility. Alright, follow it with white. Triplet of an Ore, Sir Prospero. Yeah, I'm nowhere near ready for that. The 4th pair makes it kind of possible now. Downside is we've still got 2 middle pairs that we'll be running on from this point. Hey, okay, that's fine. So 1 down. Okay, good draw. Let's consider. I think at this point we got 2 dot. Alright, well we at least have a possible way into this, and we at least have door 1. But unfortunately it's not likely to be door 2 unless we get extremely fortunate on which way around that falls. Actually, even if it does fall that way, it's still going to be that kind of way versus the other one. So we're okay to draw another 8 man though. 4 does nothing for us.
Riichi nya.
Can perceive as asking the door. I don't think we've got a choice in this.
Riichi desu.
Hopefully one of the winners is a safe tile to the other reach, so there's that. But avoiding 4th place is the play right now.
Ron desu.
No, we're free. Alright, reach door only 26. Plus 2 reach 6 puts me into 3rd. Alright. 2 more to climb the ladder. I wouldn't actually mind a North reset here. Oh well. So I think South 4 we're playing Yakum and Mahjong. Assuming we have anything that even has a remote chance of getting there. That's at least if we're going for the win. If we can pull off a reasonable 2-hand, 3-hand hand here, then we got a shot at overtaking for seconds. So that will be the goal. Four in hand. How possible is it? Not at all from here, I don't think. We'll see. Unfortunately, that's the other consideration. Debbie doesn't need much to retake 3rd. That's okay for the moment. Alright, follow up. Alright, 2 calls. Debbie's probably in Tenpai for that. Probably 1 safe star for the moment. 2, so you can get rid of a 7 for that side of things. No idea on the high Manzu or anything that isn't the Dora, which we don't really want to discard against her at this point. We're going to fall behind if we're not Tenpai, is the other annoying thing about this. Oh, there's the run. It's not particularly valuable. I think we stay... Yeah, we actually stay where we are with that. Alright, 1 hand to go. My Yakuman Mahjong requirement now for the win. I mean, not looking extremely likely, in all honesty, but hey. It's actually not a bad hand. I think maybe we force this for a 1 suit. This is what, 12k at the moment? Alternatively, aim for something like this. Riichi, Pinfu, Tanyo, Sanchiku. Who knows? More likely it's going to be this way than the other way around, so yeah. Alright. Let's aim for it and go for it regardless. Don't know how likely this is going to be the payoff, but it's our best hope at getting into second, potentially third. Yeah, they could get us into second. I don't think it's going to get us into first. But we do what we can and we see what happens. On the downside with this plan is, of course, we've got no ability to do any form of carnage, but if worse comes to it, Debbie winning off of Prospero wouldn't be a bad result. Tanyo, Ipeko, Sanchiku, Dora. Riichi, Sumo, Riichi Patsu Sumo. Hit a couple of Ura. Yeah, I mean, that's probably about all I can do. So of course we're going to be Peiko and also Sanjiku just thinking about this, so most likely we're going to cut this and be in a 4-1 weight. But of course we'd have to draw the other parts of the Sanjiku first. 2 8s down. Oh, the odds are not high. Also, I should probably get rid of this 5 dot a little earlier. Well, that's the Peiko side of things done. So, I can pair up either of these. I have Riichi, Pinfu, Ipeiko, Dora. Which has a shot at Hanneman. But I need a Riichi stick in order to overtake Mono with it on a Sumo. No, actually, Hanneman Sumo would be fine. Mung and Sumo wouldn't be enough, though. Leave 6 safe against Mono, leave 7 safe against Prospero, but need to pair something. And preferably we prefer to get the 6 dot because that confirms it's definitely going to be a... God damn it. Get on them. Open's not good enough. Not for the overtake, and that's what we're gonna have to aim for. We could aim for we could go for a direct hit, but that's gonna be awkward from here. And if we called, that would force us to just have the direct hit. We'd lose Ipeiko, we'd lose Pinfu, we'd lose a whole lot of value. So can't do it. Not with the requirements we need for seconds. Come on. There we go. Riichi winning on this. It's not the greatest. Riichi Ipeiko. We lose Pinfu. We lose Riichi Tanyadora. Basically is all we got from this. So we have to direct hit it. But I don't see any better to do. Riichi Tanyo, Ipeiko. Hope for 2 Uradora for Mungan. Sumo for Hanneman, I guess. Direct hit would be fine as well if it came off, but I don't think it will. Well, I put a CG down. Let's see. Oh, I forgot that. Oh well. GG. Debbie was the healer, so I will finish this in 3rd. Oh, well, that was fairly miserable of me. So apologies for that. This was actually a really good stream in all honesty. Alright, well thanks for all the games. I will tally those up and see exactly how far down the ladder I fall and then see who is currently on top. Because I imagine that will have changed. So, catch you all on another stream until next Friday then. Until then.